Welcome friends, Mohit Mittal is back with a new video for you all. Today our topic of discussion would be active and passive voice. And this topic is not only used by school student but these kind of question based on the same topic comes in competitive exam as well. So let's move to the video and learn about the same topic. Voice. Active voice, passive voice. Active voice. A verb is said to be in active voice when the person or thing denoted by the subject acts. Means the verb that expresses the action done by subject is said to be in active voice. Passive voice. A verb is said to be in passive voice when the person or thing denoted by the subject do not act but suffers the action done by something or someone. Means the verb that expresses what is done to the subject is said to be in passive voice. And I tell you in advance, it is the verb that is expressed in active or passive voice. For an example, Aisha won the match. The match was won by Aisha. In the first sentence, subject of the verb act, so it is active, and in the second sentence, the subject of the verb is acted upon, so the verb is said to be in passive voice. Now, some basic rule while we should remember from active to passive voice conversion. Identify the subject, the verb, and the object. S plus V plus O. Change the object into subject. Put the suitable helping verb or auxiliary verb. For an example, isema. Change the verb into past participle, the third form. Add the preposition by. Change the subject into object. Now, let me take an example. Ajay writes a letter. Ajay is subject, write is verb, a letter is object. In passive voice, the object, active object becomes the passive subject. A letter is written by Ajay. Means the subject of active voice becomes active object here. Here the object becomes the subject. And the verb is ever changed into third form. For an example, write, wrote, written. So third form is used here. Ajay, the subject, has become the object. The object has become the subject. Tips we should know. Helping verbs like am, is, are, was, were, will, have, should, could, will. If the question is in active voice, helping verb, the passive voice must also begin with suitable helping verb. For an example, in active voice, are you writing a letter? In passive voice, it will be is a letter being written by you. See, is here is the helping verb. Active voice. Why did you break the box? Why was the box broken by you? Is third form of the verb here. If the sentence in the interrogative sentence has who in the beginning, it is converted by whom. For example, who broke the window? By whom the window was broken. That is all in the conversion of active to passive voice. Now let's talk about imperative form or imperative sentences. What are imperative sentences? The sentences which deals with command or request are known as imperative sentences. If the given sentence is in active voice in the imperative form, to get the passive voice, use let. We need to ever begin the sentence whenever it is imperative, we need to begin it with let. For an example, the formation of passive voice, let us see. The formula, general formula is let plus object plus be plus past participle. I repeat, let plus object plus be plus past participle. In active voice, it is open the door. Now we'll begin with let the door be open. That is all about imperative sentences. Now let us talk about change of tenses from active to passive voice. Simple present tense or simple tense or present indefinite. Active. subject plus verb first form. Whenever we use the simple sentence in present tense, it is subject plus verb first form. And in passive voice, it becomes subject plus is mr plus third form of the verb. For an example, I make delicious cake. Delicious cake is made by me. See, the third form of conversion is made here. Make was first form of the verb. And cake has become the object of active voice, has become the subject here. Now present continuous or present progressive. In simple active voice, it is subject plus is mr plus first form of the verb plus ing. When we convert it into passive voice, subject plus is mr plus being. Ever remember, whenever it is continuous tense or progressive tense, we use being plus third form of the verb. For an example, they are planting some trees. Some trees are being planted by them. Whenever it is continuous tenses, when you are converting from active to passive, you have to insert being, B-E-I-N-G, being. Now, present perfect tense, has a present perfect. Active voice, subject plus has a plus third form of the verb. And when we change it into passive voice, subject plus has a plus been plus third form of the verb. For an example, Babita has eaten my cake. My cake has been eaten by Babita. So this was the conversion of all present tense. You may take a screenshot so that you have the things to remember thereafter. Now past simple. Active voice, subject plus verb second form. And when we change it into passive voice, subject plus was verb plus third form of the verb. For an example, I made the delicious cake. The delicious cake was made by me. See, in past simple past we use was verb. Now past continuous. Active voice. Subject plus was verb plus first form of the verb plus ing. And in passive voice it is subject plus was verb plus being. Again, whenever it is continuous, either it is present, past or any other, whenever you see continuous tense, what is the identity of continuous tense? Verb first form plus ing. Means the work is still in progress and that has started. So, whenever we convert, for an example, they were planting some trees. Some trees were being planted by them. Now, past perfect. Past perfect is had. Subject plus had plus third form of the verb. When we change into passive voice, it will be subject plus had been plus third form of the verb. For an example, Babita had eaten my cake. My cake had been eaten by Babita. So I must say again, whenever the sentence is in progressive or continuous tense, while converting from active to passive voice, it is being, and whenever it is perfect tense, from conversion of active to passive voice, B-E-E-N, being is added. By now, we dealt with the conversion of present and past tense. There is no passive voice in future continuous, past and present, means future continuous, past and present, and future perfect continuous tenses. Now let's talk about future actions. Subject plus will shall plus first form of the verb. And when we convert it into passive voice, subject plus will be, shall be plus third form of the verb. For an example, my parents will take us to the park. We will be taken to the park by our parents. I am repeating. Here, subject plus will shall plus first form of the verb. Whenever we convert from simple future to passive voice, it will be shall be or will be. See, be is added. And for an example, my parents will take me to the park. We will be taken, or we will be taken to the park by our parents. Now future with be going. Active voice, subject plus is mr plus going plus to plus first form of the verb. In passive voice, it is subject plus is mr plus going to be. See, again be plus third form of the verb. So I am going to read the book. The book is going to be read by me. Read, read, read. Future perfect. Subject plus will shall plus have plus third form of the verb. And in passive voice, it is subject plus will shall plus have plus been plus third form of the verb. For an example, I will have finished my work by the end of this month. So in passive voice it will be my work will have been finished by the end of this month. So this was all conversion. Now let's talk about basic thing we must remember. We convert I into me, we into us, you remains the same, he is converted into him, HIM him, she is converted into her, HER her, it remains the same, they are converted to them. I'm repeating I, me, we, us, you, he, him, she, her, it, they remains them.